You need to know that I'm a You need to know that I'm a
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Racer, and today I'm bringing you a Need for Speed video. So yeah, you can, if you have EA access, so you can get Need for Speed kind of early, you get a 10-hour trial. So even if you have EA access and you haven't bought the game yet, or you're waiting to buy a physical copy, if you have EA access, you can get a free trial. Downside, you have to download 18 gigabytes. So don't know how your internet connection works. If you have slow internet, it might be bad. But if you have pre-ordered the game through the Xbox store, it's already there. You just literally have to go to the EA access and just click try the trial, and it's there. So it's really cool. So I'm playing it. You get 10 hours. So if you want to play through the whole game this week, or try to play 10 hours worth of it in one night, go for it. But you just have to wait till Tuesday. So I'm gonna try to probably space it out, maybe between this weekend, find something to do on Halloween. But yeah, if you want to get it early, that's the way you do it. But that's not the main point of this video. The main point of this video is basically my initial reactions, or not initial reactions, but my thoughts on Need for Speed's story design and how exactly it compares to the rest of them, and what they're doing, and how it's going to build. So when you first start up the game, I've experienced this in the beta, you basically get greeted with a 7-minute intro, basically of you meeting your crew. And your crew consists of 5 people. Consists of this girl named Amy, which you're seeing right now. She's kind of the shop. She has the shop that you basically work in. And there's Travis, and then there's the Weeknd, which, I'm not joking, when you play this game, you'll see this guy, and he looks like the Weeknd. I don't know which came first, him or Emmanuel, which is this big dude, or the Weeknd, because these guys look. I mean, their hairstyle is hilarious. And then you have Spike, and I can't remember the other girl's name, but she's kind of she's around too. So she basically runs with the Risky Devils, which that's the main, I guess, story of this game. I haven't played past level 20, which was the beta cap, so I don't know what's going on, if there's some sort of big conflict that comes up, which I kind of hope they steer away from that, honestly. I think having these big conflicts in racing games are almost always negative, and they detriment the story. You don't really need it. You're a racing game. You're about cars. You don't need to have some sort of heavy story element. Just so they're designed to do 5. You have these 5 people you have to impress. You have Murasho-san, which is the outlaw. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but he drives the Diablo. Then you have Naki-san, which is the Rawelt Begriff. Is basically, he's the one that has all the RWB stuff. And then you have Ken Block, which is the style, which is just all kinds of stuff going crazy. Then you have Risky Devil, which is a crew out of Chicago, which they drive. They're called Risky Devil, and they drive all these cool cars. And then you have Magnus Walker from the famed Porsche, I guess, Porsche collector. So you basically need to go around and impress all these guys. But how does that stand up versus Most Wanted and Underground 2? And is that like the best story they could have gone with? And these are like what ifs, they did this, and this. I'm gonna say, if you go back and play Most Wanted, or even watch the Most Wanted cutscenes, Carbon, anything, I guess that predates Undercover, because Undercover story is terrible, because there was conflict in these stories, where I feel like Need for Speed and Ghost Games have done a good job. Just you build the story this way. Like, you have these 5 people you need to impress. Go do this thing. Go build this awesome car. Use his techniques. If you're wanting to impress Ken Block, you gotta go crazy style. If you want to impress Murasho-san, you need to be teasing the cops, making the cops really angry. So it's really cool. I think the closest connection you can connect this one to would probably be Need for Speed Pro Street, which you had the Grip King, all these awesome, it was a very stock, you had a bracket system. It was cool. Like, you just had to connect with you had to connect the dots to basically get to beat this character. You beat this character, you become the ultimate guy. So basically, you're trying to become the ultimate icon, which is borrowing a lot of stuff from Need for Speed Pro Street, but you're doing it in an open world with customizing cars. And I just like the fact that Ghost Games, so far, what have gathered is just they're focusing on the cars, but there's still a story element there, because you need to have, say, probably 75% car focus and 25% characters, and maybe some sort of character development. I remember playing through the beta, there was some sort of like romance, or they were trying to do something with Amy and Spike, but it's just like, come on, man, you don't need that in the racing game. The characters themselves, with the way they act, is not the best. It's not going to win any Oscars for sure, but if you've been around car people, you can kind of tell. I'm not trying to blame car people, because I'm one of them, but when you guys talk about cars, it's just the conversations themselves are not super deep. So basically, to chastise something, if you're reviewing a game, to basically say, well, these characters aren't very deep. Well, you know, you're talking about cars. Cars, yes, you can get very in depth about cars, but they're not like these deep things that, you know, you need to be just like philosophical. It's like, no, man, they're cars. Like, it's just, let's, you know, you race me, like, oh, you suck, haha, like, boom, like, that's basically what it is. And if that's I guess the way these characters communicate in the story, that's fine. I'm not going to discredit any of it. So the acting, I don't even know honestly how to say that. How would you guys, they act better if these were the lines they were given? That's basically how you would react to it in a car way. I mean, you just basically shit talk each other and say my car's better than yours or something like that. So I'm not going to worry about it. And I think the way that they have adapted it is interesting, and it should serve its purpose well enough, because they're still obviously focusing on a lot of the cars, which you can see them customizing right now, and that's going to be the big I guess element to the whole entire story versus the versus the characters. So we don't know how it'll turn out. I get the game out. The game comes out fully on Tuesday, so I'll probably have a lot more ability to get farther in the story, figure out more stuff. But right now, I'm gonna just try to customize some cars, get some cool stuff going, and maybe post some videos out throughout the weekend. Anyway, that's it for this one, guys. Let me know what if you got the game early, if you've been playing it, played the banner thing. Let me know what you think about the story, and you know, do you like it, or do you wish they would have said something like Underground 2 or Underground or Most Wanted or something like that? Or are you okay with the story design they've done? Anyway, that's for this one, guys. Stay tuned for some upcoming stuff, and thanks.